Hello, hello, my name is Callista and welcome back to Cinders. In the last episode, we did quite a lot in the last episode actually. We bonded with Sophia, we met Madame Ghede, there was a little incident with the shady character, and right at the end we learned that Carmosa has gone away for a couple of days, and Sophia and Gloria are arguing. And I've had a little bit of a think about what Cinders would do. And oddly enough, I'm kind of torn between calling them both hopeless and siding with Gloria, because Gloria is correct. Someone needs to run the house, and Gloria has spent most of her time trying to become as like Carmosa as she can. She knows how to run the house. Sophia's argument is basically just, oh, Gloria's being a bitch, which it's kind of true, but it's not exactly helpful right now. However, Cinders throughout this, I've kind of been playing her as a bit of a peacemaker. I think she wants to become friends with these two ladies, and I'm hoping, I either have the feeling that this will work and they'll both kind of see sense, or they'll both end up hating me. And I think that's a risk I'm willing to take, so we're going to call them both hopeless. You're both so hopeless. Don't you get what this means? Carmosa's gone for 2 days. Gloria, that's 2 days of not having to impress her or live up to her expectations. And Sophia, it's 2 days that you can stop hiding for fear of being judged. So stop trying to be in charge, no one's watching, and stop being so cynical, no one wants to hurt you. Can't we just live like normal girls for 2 days, without all the arguments? Oh, of course, we're such a loving bunch of sisters after all. You're even more naive and stupid than I thought. Someone has to keep things running around here. You may enjoy your freedom, but things don't get done by themselves. Cut it out! Aren't we ignoring the more important matter at hand? Why on earth did Carmosa leave so early without saying anything? Doesn't that seem suspicious? It's not as if Mother tells us anything. Even we don't know what she does. If she thought we needed to know, she'd tell us. She'll be back in 2 days and that's it. Do you think this has anything to do with that strange man who came by yesterday? All I know is that it's none of our business. Now, if neither of you are going to help me, get out of here and leave me alone. It didn't work. Let's get out of here, Cinders. Our audience with Her Majesty is clearly over. And there you have it. No matter what you tell Gloria, she insists on being in charge. Well, what do you plan on doing with your day? I'm not sure. I might go into town. There are a few things I've been meaning to do. Good luck getting Gloria's permission for that. You'd be better off just sneaking out on your own. You mean you won't tell her if I go? Why would I do that? I want no part in Gloria's delusions of power, and I don't care what you do. Maybe sneaking out is a good idea then. I'll think about it. I'm hungry though, I need to eat first. About that, I already made breakfast. You can have some if you like. You made breakfast for me? I cooked for myself already, and making extra for you was no trouble. Thank you. That was very kind of you. At least Sophia's not pissed at us. I wouldn't read too much into it though. I only did it because it was easy. Sure you did. Sophia, sure you did. Of course. Well, thank you anyway. Hey, we're still friends with one of them. Breakfast was lovely. Everything is so much more relaxing and peaceful when Carmosa's away. It sure would be nice if every day could be like this. I guess that's just a silly dream though. I wonder what I should do today. It would definitely be the perfect day to go into town. I could talk with that woman, Madame Ghede, or go see Tobias. I'm especially curious to know about what was going on that night when I saw him. Tobias has some explaining to do, and this time he won't get away. Well, there's no sense in waiting around. I should get going. I wonder if I should tell Gloria that I'm leaving. She'd be angry if she found out later. So, sneaking out was fine when Carmosa was in charge. Carmosa was a grown woman, and even though I've been playing this Cinders as quite compliant, trying to get on Carmosa's good side, I think there is still a little bit of rebellion in there, and sneaking out to undermine Carmosa was kind of how that manifested. However, Gloria isn't a grown-up. Let's be very blunt about Gloria. She's an abused child, and her power isn't as secure. She's trying to be in charge. She's probably not badly coping, but you know, this isn't what she's used to. Carmosa is still in charge, even if she's doing what she says. And I don't want to undermine Gloria like that. As much as I hate to admit it, it's probably better to tell her now instead of later. She's taking this whole responsibility thing pretty seriously. She might let me go if I show her some respect. It certainly beats having to deal with her anger later on. Gloria? Yes? Was there something you wanted? I just want to go into town. I thought I'd let you know. Oh, well, how considerate of you. But why should I let you go? Ooh, I like the offer to help. There's definitely got to be something that needs to be done in town. You know, I could help you out, Gloria. 2 birds, 1 stone. Do you need anything from town? I could pick it up for you while I'm there. You'd save the time you might have spent going there yourself. We'll both win. That's not a bad proposal at all. I do have a list of things we need from the general store. You know the man who runs it, don't you? Do you mean Tobias? Yes, I believe that's his name. I trust that you'll be able to fetch all these things before nightfall? Not a problem. Give me the list and I'll take care of it. Thanks. There we go, she can be reasonable. Into town we go. The market day is clearly over. The streets are much emptier now. That's just fine with me. I've still got plenty of things I can do, like visit Tobias. But first I need to see if I can find Madame Ghede's shop. She seemed to know a lot about Mother and I. I'm so curious to learn more. I don't have a clue where her shop is, though. I'll have to ask around. Ooh, this is pretty. Well, here I am. It's the first time I'm here, but this place wasn't hard to find. It really stands out. I don't see Madame Ghede anywhere. Is she out? Just look at everything here. Skulls, candles, I don't even know what that is. I wonder if I should have come. Oh god, what was her voice? She was American, wasn't she? Don't touch anything. Oh, you surprised me. Oh, child, it's you. I mistook you for one of those mindless townfolk. It's impossible to even leave for lunch without one of them coming in and breaking something. Then why do you do it? I have to eat sometime, right? I meant, why do you leave your store open? Doesn't it attract thieves? These people might be clumsy, but they won't take any risks if they don't have to. Especially when it involves stealing from a witch. But earlier you said you're not a witch. Did I? Well, what I am hardly matters. What matters is what people believe of me. It's most helpful. Yeah, I think I understand what you mean. Of course you understand. You're a bright girl, just like your mother. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. You act like you knew Mother, but I don't remember you. I did know your mother, but not as well as you'd like. I know you, too. How did you two meet? A few months before you were born, your mother had some health problems. She came to me for help. I wouldn't say we were close friends, but I learned many of her secrets. I see. Can you tell me what Mother was like? I only know of her from what Father told me. Oh, I have nothing but respect for her. She was a strong and clever woman who wouldn't settle for the boring life that was expected of her. She was ambitious, motivated, and she always knew how to get what she wanted. How strange. Father always spoke of her as if she were an angel. Humble, caring, and a hopeless romantic. How is that strange? Those aren't conflicting descriptions. Can't a woman be smart and independent and still want to be a good mother and wife? She was also practical and brilliant at business. Better than your father, to be honest. Wow, I never knew. With everything Father said, she seemed more mythical than anything else. Truly? You know, you're rather similar to your mother. The two of you have the same spark. I'm not good wife material. I'm not that independent. How do you know? Considering she's only met us once, that is quite the question. How do you know that? It might be true, but how would you know that? Even if you did know Mother, you hardly know anything about me. Well, you surely are a clever one. It's true, I don't know you well, but I've observed you recently. Pardon? You observed me? I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that. I'm sorry, I just wanted to know how my friend's daughter was faring. And it was impossible to and it was impossible to just go and visit you. Is that Carmosa's doing? Ah, Lady Carmosa, your father always was attracted to extraordinary women. He may have had a good heart, but he was a little disconnected from reality. Without your mother's guidance, he likely would have lost his title and fortune in no time. Carmosa also has the brains and ambition necessary to manage his estate. She's an excellent choice for his second wife and an incredible person. Cinders has been very... what's the word I'm looking for? Compassionate towards Carmosa, very understanding. Perhaps she's kind of gone on at length saying how difficult it must have been for her to be a single woman with all of this responsibility in a time where that really wasn't the done thing. So I think she could agree with Madame Ghede. I suppose if you look at it that way, Carmosa is pretty capable. From what I've heard, she hasn't had it easy. I know she had to work hard to get and stay where she is. I mean, the house is still standing after all, so clearly she knows what she's doing. But that doesn't make me like her anymore. That's the price she had to pay. She couldn't get to this position by worrying about who likes her. But even knowing that, she put her family first and gave up personal happiness for the sake of the house. That's something worth respecting. Certainly, I respect her, I understand what you're saying, but it's still hard for me to like her. As long as you respect her sacrifice, you're a wise child. No matter which path you choose to pursue in life, you'll have to sacrifice something after all. By the way, how are Carmosa's daughters? Are you getting along? They're not that bad. Really, deep down. Well, I assume you can imagine how Carmosa's daughters would be. They keep me at arm's length. They're troubled, confused, hurt, and they often hide behind cruelty or cynicism. But underneath that all, they're just normal girls. I think as they mature, our relationship will get better. I only hope that, with time, they'll be able to free themselves from Carmosa's toxic influence. But for now, it's still very difficult to live with them. It seems that things are difficult for you. You're not very happy with your life these days, are you? You could say that. And what are you doing? What do you mean? If you don't like your life, then you have to be the one to change it. Otherwise, anything you say is just whining. I definitely want my life to change. Then what's your plan? I wait for my chance. I have to learn more. I have my ways. So far, Cinders has done a lot of learning about Sophia, about Carmosa, about Gloria. I think she's trying to gather more information on everyone. I don't really have a plan yet. Why not? Are you expecting things to just work themselves out? Of course not. It's just that I don't know enough to form a real plan. I don't want to act brashly. I get the feeling there's a lot more going on that I don't know about. Carmosa is acting strangely. If I could figure out what she's up to, maybe I could use that to my advantage. I'm also wondering if I could find a way to reclaim the estate from her somehow. I'm my father's only daughter after all. There's almost always a way to bend the law to your will. It might not be very kind, though. Anyway, it doesn't seem you have a very clear idea of what you want yet. I promised your mother that I'd help you, and I will, but you need to know what you want first. Come see me once you're ready to move forward, and we'll talk about your options. Did you really promise my mother you'd help me? Of course I did, girl. I have no reason to lie about that. You must get going now, though. Wait, I still have so many questions. I have a lot of work to do, I'm afraid. I can't afford any disturbances. I'm sure we'll have another chance to talk. I'll do my best to answer your questions then. You remind me so much of your mother, and I'm sure that you'll be just fine. Thank you. Goodbye. Take care, girl. Girl's such a hard word for me to say with an American accent. I must admit, I don't know what to think about Madame Ghede after we talked. I can't tell when she's being serious or sarcastic, if she's giving me advice or just mocking me, or both. And maybe I'm just not used to acts of selflessness, but I get suspicious when someone outright offers to help me with all my problems. Makes me wonder if they don't have some hidden agenda, especially if it's the town witch. Looks like my mother was quite special to make such an interesting acquaintance. A witch? Still, she seems genuinely interested in helping me, and can I really be picky here? I won't be forgetting the conversation we had anytime soon, that's for sure. Where should I go now? It's still fairly early. I can probably take my time today. I could go have a little talk with Tobias in his store. I told Gloria I was going to hand him her list anyway, so I probably should. I wouldn't mind heading to the inn either. I'm sure it would be fun. So where should I go next? We'll go visit Tobias. We've got a lot to say to him. Hand him the list, talk about what was happening that night. My, this place is as tidy as ever. Tobias really keeps the store in shape. Speaking of Tobias... Oh crap, what was this guy's voice? I think I was thinking of Hugh Grant. Cinders, I didn't expect to see you again so soon. This is a pleasant surprise. Well, I'm kind of lucky in that respect. Carmosa suddenly decided to leave for a few days. It must feel great to have some freedom. It does. I wish it wasn't for such a short amount of time, but I'll enjoy what I have. Although, I confess I'm envious of you, Tobias. You get to make your own decisions all the time. Well, I can't exactly say that. After all, my parents passed away when I was young, so this store was my only option. Right. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. It's fine. In the end, we just see the good portions of other people's lives without the hardship. We pick and choose what we want. People look happy, but they might be struggling inside. That's true. It seems like you thought about this a lot. Maybe a little. Despite all the struggles, I'm happy where I am in life, though. I wish you could find a path to the life you want as well. Although, knowing you, wishes won't be necessary. You're a bright girl, so it's only a matter of time. Thank you. I assume you're not here to listen to me wax philosophical, though. You want to know more about that night. Well, you did promise you'd tell me what was going on. I did, and I'm a man of my word. I'm not going to try to dodge it now. Put simply, Carmosa asked me to sell something for her. It was a normal business transaction. But you're the one who was paid, and then you received the necklace. And why all the secrecy? The necklace was the item for me to sell. The money was payment for my services. Why didn't she just sell it herself? And why did you have to hire that strange man? That strange man is local vagabond, but he's trustworthy where money is involved, usually. Sometimes he helps me with tasks that require a certain amount of delicacy. You mean secrecy? But why? Isn't it apparent? Why does any noble keep anything a secret? I'd rather not guess. Enlighten me. Being a noble is largely a game of appearances. Many things need to be done in private. There's no crime in selling a piece of jewellery that you rightfully own, is there? Crime? No. But for a noble to sell her own jewellery means she's lacking in money. If others found out that she was struggling financially, it would undermine her power. That's why she sent you to pay me and had someone else pick up the necklace in the middle of the night. She doesn't want there to be any connection between her and me. She's not the only one. I've done similar business with noble houses in the past. But are you saying Carmosa is out of money? She kept it from you? Your house has been in bad financial shape ever since your parents passed. Carmosa has been struggling to keep her influence strong. She never told me. I suppose being a noble means keeping up appearances in front of your own family as well. She seemed very eager to sell the necklace as quickly as possible. Is there a reason for that? Well, the necklace is worth a great sum, but I don't know why Carmosa needs it so urgently. That's all I know. I hope that you understand why I couldn't tell you about this. I understand, Tobias. You gave her your word that you wouldn't say anything. I understand. You had to keep your word no matter what the circumstances were. It must have been hard. I can't deny that, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy that you found out anyway. I'm sorry I doubted you. You've always been a good and honest man. It's fine. All of my actions were fairly suspicious after all. And you really are a brave woman to go into the forest alone at night. I don't know if brave is the word for it. Impulsive, maybe. Or determined. I certainly wouldn't want to be on your bad side. Then don't keep any more secrets from me. I have a question, though, about the man who was working for you. I saw him come by the house again yesterday morning. Was that another pickup for Carmosa? I am afraid I don't know. I haven't seen him since we parted ways 2 nights ago. Carmosa left the house quite suddenly after he came by. Do you think it could be related? It's hard to say. You could try asking him. He spends a lot of time at the inn. And he drops by around here occasionally. I think I'll do that. Thanks. Don't mention it. I just wish I could help more. Well, I need to get going now. Gloria will have a fit if I don't return early. She's taking her role as house guardian very seriously. I can imagine. Your sister has always been serious about everything. That's true. She tries so hard to be like Carmosa. I know she means well, but it's truly annoying. Poor girl. Agreed. Sometimes I pity her. Oh, that reminds me. I promised Gloria I'd give you a list of items we need. Alright, let me have a look. This isn't a problem. I can deliver all of these things within 3 or 4 days. Alright, I'll pass the message along. Thank you. Anyway, I really need to get going now. Understood. I have some business I must attend to as well. But you're always a welcome guest here. If you ever need anything, you know where to find me. Thank you. Take care, Tobias. Take care, Cinders. It was nice to see you again. It was nice seeing Tobias again, especially so soon. And I certainly learned a lot from this trip. I never would have guessed that Carmosa is struggling with finances. I might be able to use this knowledge. I definitely need to find that shady vagabond and learn more from him as well. I have to give Tobias one thing. Every time I visit him, he seems to have some kind words and insight. He's such a good friend to me. It's getting late, but I think I have time to visit one more place. The inn seems like the best idea. Ooh, nice. This place looks so full of life. Although, to be fair, it's a little bit shady too. I hear that this inn attracts some of the less honest people around town, but at least it's exciting. People here actually know how to have fun. It's nothing like the stiff and proper place that I'm forced to call home. Carmosa and her daughters are all too proud to do anything fun. Oh, is that the captain of the guard sitting alone in the corner? I wonder if he'd let me sit with him, or if I should approach him in the first place. I'm already spending time at the tavern instead of going back home. I might as well just take the plunge. Hello? I gave him a Yorkshire accent, didn't I? Think of Jon Snow. Channel Jon Snow. Hello? Oh god, that was crap. Do you mind if I sit here? There are plenty of free tables in here, but it seems you've already made up your mind. Thank you. I just wanted to chat with you if that's okay. Are you really the captain of the Prince's Guard? I am. The king appointed me to this position himself. Ever since his death 2 years ago, I've served the prince. And how is the prince doing? What's it like to serve under him? Do you like it? He's the prince, my ruler and liege. That's all that matters for me. Oh, I see. Oh, I saw you rescue that kidnapped child the other morning. That was really impressive. It was simply my duty. I suppose. Ooh, did you really have to kill them, or you were brave to fight them? He was brave, but I think Cinders would wonder if there was another path to this, if it could have gone down a different way. Was it really necessary for you to kill them? Excuse me, again, I'm gonna have to edit that out. Let me start over. Was it really necessary for you to kill them? Surely you could have let them live. It was not my choice. They chose that path that put an innocent life at risk. I'm sure those bandits were just desperate and not thinking clearly. It's cruel to take someone's life just because of a poor decision. That's a fair argument, but what would you have me do? Would you rather risk the life of the child who did nothing wrong? Or better yet, should I leave the fate of the bandits and child to the crowd? What if they tried to break in and the bandits decided to kill the boy? Or maybe the crowd would have burned the house down and everyone would have died slowly. At least by my sword, those men were given a swift death. It's my duty to uphold the peace. That is what I did. You hide behind your obligation, but it's still your choice to spare a life or take it. Can you really sleep well with such a flimsy excuse as duty? You have an interesting way of thinking. It's nothing I've considered before. You're an interesting girl. Might I know your name? I'm called Cinders. An odd choice. Well, my name is Parole. And my father used to call me that because of my hair. Now it's stuck, though in the mouths of my sisters it sounds more like an insult. I see. Then I wish you well, Cinders. Parole intrigues me. The sun is already setting. I spent the whole day in the town, and what a day it was. I guess time flies when you're having interesting chats with people you normally have no chance to talk to. Oh, how I wish life was a fairy tale and I could do that every day. And yet, life is what it is, and I have never even been able to stay in town past sunset. When I was a child, I had to head back to the residence for safety. And then Kalmosa entered the picture and took over. But even without her, I would have been a bit detached from the town's life. I might dress and work like every other girl here, but I still live in a mansion quite some distance from town. I have no real friends here except Tobias. I hear no news, no gossip. I really don't know what their life is about. Sure, my own life is safer and probably more luxurious. But I wonder what it would be like to live here. Be a normal town girl, wake up to the sounds of life and excitement on the street. Get out of bed knowing a myriad of things await me when I walk out the door. That life goes by fast and an adventure might begin around each corner. Then again, if some town girl looked outside the window right now and saw me, what would she think? She would probably remember her own boring chores, the constant danger of hogwash flung from high windows to the street. She would envy me. I need to stop daydreaming, it's getting really late. My golden carriage awaits, and the two sweet singing birds I share it with are going to screech their lungs out if I stay here any longer. I wouldn't want to give them reason to worry, much less an excuse for picking on me. Right, let's head home. To the residence. Home sweet home. I used to love returning home when my father was alive. I miss sharing the events of the day with him. Now it just seems like a grim prison, and my parole has just been revoked. And close those shutters before nightfall. Can't you do anything right without my supervision? One would expect that after years of serving in this house, you would remember such things. Cinders, you're back. I tried to make it quick, and I think I've made it back at a reasonable hour, but if you have any objections... No, I'm just glad you've made it home shortly after sunset. I was starting to get worried. The woods can be treacherous after nightfall. Oh! Gloria, you're concerned, and we shall continue this conversation with Gloria in the next episode. So, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista, thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.